Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the homestead. It's the last week in September. We are enjoying some wonderful autumnal sun. I don't think I did a tour in August, so and I certainly haven't in September. I thought we'd have a walk around as we kind of pack down, get ready for winter and stuff like that. Enjoy these last few rays of nice sunshine. Show you what's going on here. We're already thinking about next year, and we're getting ready for that really. So I'll bring you along and show you some of those plans, some of the developments in brief, and then some of those bits I'll go into detail. But let's turn the camera around and have a walk about, see what's going on. So we're over on the greenhouse side. That's where I normally start. So got the two greenhouses. Both, you can see now the tomato plants are looking old. That's deliberate. What we do is we stop watering them, and that makes them bring all the fruit on, which we then preserve and eat and pickle. Things that fall on the floor go to the chickens. But there's still bags of tomatoes on here. There's stuff going on in the kitchen every day with preserving. If you've seen previous videos, there's tons of fruit ready, tomato wise. There's a pumpkin or something growing there. Doesn't look like there's any pumpkins growing underneath, but anyway. Most of this, all the beans are now getting ready. We've already harvested a load actually. I'm really pleased with the way these beans have come about. Obviously the runner beans, a lot of them we eat green, but some will be ready as dry beans. These ones are really big, nice big beans. Pleased with how those have worked out. And then these are lima beans. They're really weird. They're kind of thin and pretty bean, but yeah, these are really, if I can get this pod open while I'm holding the camera, nice big white. Look at the size of those, incredible. So yeah, so they're all there. Tomatoes finished outdoors. Sweet corn has been picked, although a lot of it was a bit late and we're drying it. I'll show you. Still got chilies and peppers there. Cabbage, zucchini or marrow as we call it. It's still giving us a few, but they will go on the compost soon. Sunflowers looking pretty. Wildflowers are pretty much finished. So I don't know what's going on with these. Look like cosmos. I don't know if they will give us any flowers. Pumpkins I've already picked those 2 days ago, and there's a separate video coming out about those. The grave as we call it. Got some scallions, and what else have we got in there? We've got some salads growing. We throw all the seeds on here on this hugelkultur and see what comes up really. So there'll be all, herbs, salads. There's some lemon balm there, which is beautiful. Smell. Sorry, this one. Oh, it's so nice. The odd cabbage, dill. We'll have some dill, won't we? That's all going on there. In the passive solar greenhouse, same thing. We're kind of killing off. Sounds a bit harsh, but it's true. The tomatoes, and we've still got peppers going on at the back. Still got basil going on. We've got cabbages planted. I'll do a separate video on this about my thoughts. Still got cucumbers happening, which is great. We're picking cucumbers again every day now. This will be full size tomorrow. Some nice ones up there. One back there. It's a nice one as well. Drying sunflowers in here. This works well as a utility kind of place. We've got the potting bench now, which I'm using as a workbench. Up here, big development is the terrace area that I talked about building before. Has started. Been working on that this week really. So you've got a deck. Terrace boards are out there. They're all. Yesterday I selected them and cut them to rough size, and I'll starting to get them fitted. So there's been some landscaping there to bring up the height of the ground. Ground level is all sloped here, so levelling it off. That's all done. Got some spare boards and bits. These are all the offcuts, which should become furniture. There's our pumpkin harvest. Crown Prince, Naples long, and then just some butternut squash in the middle there. So really pleased with that, really, actually. For us, that's a nice haul. Chickens are still doing well over there. Have a quick look at the chickens. The young ones have settled in nicely now, and they're growing a bit, and we're getting, you know, 7 or 8 eggs now every day. So I'm guessing the older ones are slowing down a bit now. They'll be molting soon and getting ready for winter, replacing some of these feathers that are missing. The younger ones are looking, you know, really nice. Out the way, there we are. There's a pretty chicken. So that's that. I'll show you down in, we'll go around to the basement because I don't really show you the basement very often and take you to slightly different places. Okay. I will do a separate video. I've done one before in the basement, but that was a few years ago and things have changed and improved. So this is where we store all our pickled jars and jams and foods, and that's all new stuff this year. Well, there's loads of stuff up here as well. This is stuff we're sorting out, which is a lot older. A lot of it needs ditching, really. I mean, when I say old, I mean really old. We don't like throw it out over 3 years. Some of these will be 15, 20 years old. Don't know how they've lasted so long, really. And then we have our potatoes and carrots, and there's some apple juice. Old potatoes, which we're sorting out. Birch tree juice. We get given, you know, lots. If anything that we get given, we can up. Stuff like that. So that was the basement. Still lots of flowers about, which is nice. You know, often by this time of year we've had our first frost, everything's dying off. Sunflowers looking good. These French marigolds are amazing, they're nearly as tall as me. In fact, they are taller than me. A lot of plants this year are a lot taller. I don't know what's really happened with that. Strange conditions. Oh, a bit of wind. Dog's getting old now, sleeps a lot. So yeah, let's go around to the big garden. Right, here we are over at the big garden. Got the new compost bins, which featured in the previous video. Slowly filling those up. You know, this is end of season stuff. I think I've got a plan for this area now for next year. I know what's going to happen with that. Talk about that in a separate video. Potato harvest we did. All this, the leftover spent material will go on the compost. Needs to be collected up. We've not had a lot of rain actually. We had all that rain in summer, which kind of ruined most things. And now it's really dry and we're enjoying this long, dry, hot period in what we call in English Indian summer. But most of the crops, the damage has been done to them. There's not much I can do to, you know, rescue them really. So the problem with the constant rain over 6 weeks was just washing away the nutrients. Got some kale, which is okay. I mean, I've gone through my woes before, so I won't burden you with them again. But most of the cut flowers now are finished, with the exception of the sunflowers, which is always nice, and the rudbeckia is still going. A couple of cabbages have, you know, they've come along now. Beetroot's doing great. Mangolds, chard is doing well. Still a few more cabbages over there. Spinach is doing really well. Nice winter. Carrots, okay. We've started developing some of the beds now, ready for next year. With this is the, you know, I'll do this in a separate video, but big plans really for this garden for next year, but kind of indicated here by putting a lot more compost, trying to go full no dig really. That's the answer. Obviously the issue there is the compost. Strawberries, Gita's working on, and then we'll have a third bed of strawberries as we transplant them over. That was... So, here I've been playing about with a new crop called fodder. I need to think about how it's translated. Something like fodder greens or fodder kale. But basically it's meant for chickens. It got completely destroyed by, well, there's some here, but mostly destroyed by what's it called, the moth caterpillar, the caterpillars that we get, cabbage butterflies, etc. I think next year I'm going to get some BT, Bacillus thuringitis, something like that, which is an organic soil base. Well, you spray it onto the leaves, but it's natural from the soil, and it makes the caterpillars sick. I can't be dealing with all these losses again, but it is organic, so that's fine. Good to see even the broad beans are coming back to life again. Mostly they're picked now and the seeds are saved for next year. You can see a lot of weeds have sort of taken over. Well, they're not that bad, I suppose, but this is the reality of gardening when you haven't got a lot of time. But because of the plans for the garden, I'm not too bothered about it. I've tried to be a bit more chilled out about weeds, still managing them, stopping them going from seed, but try to be a little bit more relaxed. Nice cover crop of peas, kind of an experiment on this bed. I thought the frost would come and they would be sort of done, but they're still growing nicely. These were beans which are now harvested last week. French beans which were harvested for the actual dry beans. Still a couple of squashes there we're waiting to ripen. Still some beetroot, leeks, bit hit and miss, but we ate some last week. They're really nice. Well, some of this stuff we're picking, every week now and just eating. This is interesting. The sorghum. So popcorn has been picked. This is sorghum, and you take the seeds from the top, and then you can use them as a pulse really. So you should get a good harvest of those. There's the hemp, the birds. I don't do much with the hemp, but the birds are enjoying it. They've eaten a lot of the seeds. What's left I've still got loads of seeds from last year. But if they get the birds in the garden, that's no bad thing. Same with sunflowers. We're picking the heads as they become ready. There's one there I can see needs. Otherwise the birds will take them all and we'll give them to the chickens. You can see them, they're quite brave, the birds. They come quite tame, they come close. And pick that one out. Yeah, that's good. So that's the garden. I don't know if you can see the birds. That's what's going on the homestead at the moment. I say most of the stuff is packing down and harvesting and canning and stuff like that. The pump's put away now and all the hose pipes and sort of stuff like that. So you can see enjoying the lovely sunny weather. Not much else that could be said. I will wrap it up here, I think. Thanks for watching and being a part of what we're doing here. Give us a thumbs up if you liked any part of the video. I know this was a bit more rushed. I didn't want to do an in-depth tour really. Give you a nice sort of autumnal overview. Soon the leaves will start to fall and we'll be leaf mulch composting, stuff like that. Anyway, thanks again. I will see you in another video very soon. Bye for now.